Interpretation of a dream about sheep. The interpretation of a dream about sheep in a dream is one of the interpretations that contains many meanings, most of which bode well and are evidence of obtaining livelihood soon. But interpretations vary according to the dreamer's social status, and according to the age group to which he belongs, and we will learn about the different interpretations that scholars mentioned for this dream in this video. Interpretation of seeing sheep in a dream by Ibn Sirin. There are several statements mentioned by the great interpreter Ibn Sirin regarding seeing this dream, the most prominent of which are: this dream indicates the large number of properties in the dreamer's possession. It also indicates the fertility of his land if he owns land for agriculture, and indicates an increase in cultivation on it. This dream may also be an indication that the land is sprouted with many trees that provide different types of fruits and vegetables. If the dreamer is a woman, this is an indication of her chastity and beauty of appearance and morals, and if the dreamer is a man, it is an indication that the women of his household will be among the hidden ones in this world and the hereafter. If the dreamer sees himself eating sheep meat and drinking its milk, this is evidence that he is a responsible person. And he will have a great kingdom that will enable him to obtain a distinguished position and a lot of money, God willing. He said that if the dreamer finds himself shearing the fur of this sheep, this is an indication that something bad will happen to him in the 3 days following the dream. Therefore, he must not leave his house to avoid problems. God knows. This dream is also evidence of the grants that the dreamer will receive from God Almighty. It may also be a sign of his assuming great leadership in the future. He also said that if the dreamer finds himself leading a group of white sheep, then this is a sign that he will take over the affairs of a Persian people. If the sheep is black, it is a sign of the leadership of an Arab people. If the dreamer is the owner of a company or a business owner, then the number of grief he sees in the dream indicates the number of years he will spend in charge of this business. Sheep in a dream for a single woman. There are a group of interpretations related to seeing sheep in a dream for a single girl, and we mention the most important of them in the following points. A single girl seeing this dream has a good meaning, as it indicates that God will fulfill her wish that she has been hoping for from him for a long time. This wish could be to marry a young man you love. Or this wish could be to obtain the profession that she dreamed of and ask God Almighty to make things easier for her in it. Also, this dream may be an indication that her worry and sadness will disappear. She achieved the comfort and happiness that she had been hoping for from God Almighty for a long time. If the sheep you saw in the dream are black, then this is an undesirable sign, as it indicates that she is entering into a love relationship, which may seem good at the beginning, but it will end sadly and will not last for long. Also, if a girl sees this dream, it may be an indication of her distance from corrupt, undisciplined youth, and that God Almighty will bless her with a young man with whom she can be at ease, and who will have morals and values. This dream may indicate that there is a group of people who hate this girl and have a grudge against her, and that she must be careful of those around her so that they do not fall for her, if she was sad when she saw this dream. Dream of sheep for a married woman. In the event that a woman gets a bunch of white sheep from someone she knows who is dead at the moment, this is an indication that this dead person needs a prayer from the heart for God Almighty to have mercy on him and forgive him. If the woman had a lot of money that would enable her to give alms to the poor and needy, this dream is a strong indication of the necessity of giving her money to the needy. This dream may also be an indication of the presence of a dead person you know who is in dire need of someone to give alms on his behalf. This is so that God Almighty will relieve him of the pain of torment in his grave. In the event that the dreamer finds an unknown person giving her the sheep, this vision does not bode well. It indicates that she made a promise to someone but did not fulfill it. This situation may be an indication that there is trust with her, but she has not returned it until this time. She should be alone and think about the promises she did not fulfill and the trust she did not fulfill. In the event that one of the dreamer's relatives is the one who gave her a group of sheep, this is an indication that she gets a lot of blues from this person in real life. If the dreamer sees that she is being gored by this sheep, this is an indication that she and her husband will be exposed to many problems, whether with each other or with strangers. This dream may indicate that one of the dreamer's children will fall ill, or that her husband will fall into some crisis. Their salvation from this period will be charity and supplication to God Almighty to lift the calamity. Meanings of a dream about sheep for a pregnant woman. This dream indicates many connotations for a pregnant woman, and the most prominent connotations mentioned are: this indicates that she is pregnant with a male fetus, if the sheep she saw was small in size. This is an indication that she will give birth to a healthy baby. Some commentators also said that the size of the sheep is closely linked to the behavior of the fetus when it grows up. It usually indicates that this fetus will be righteous towards its parents, and will fear God in them. Some interpreters also confirmed that this dream indicates that this woman is hidden in her life. Her married life is happy, and her relationship with her entire family is free of problems. Interpretation of a dream about sheep by Ibn Shaheen. This dream indicates the blessing that will abound in the dreamer's home, and it also heralds goodness that will remain in his home for many years. He said that if the dreamer sees a large group of sheep, this is an indication that he will obtain a certain blessing, or obtain a wish that he has been wishing for from God for a long time, and God Almighty will bestow it upon him. He said that this blessing could be getting a job, recovery from a certain disease, or it could be a warning of having a baby boy soon. The third meaning that he referred to is the removal of all feelings of hatred and resentment from the heart of the dreamer, and replacing them with feelings of love for others, and contentment with what he has. The interpretation of a dream about sheep has many connotations that differ according to the interpreter of this dream, but everyone who saw this dream in his sleep must strive to search for the different connotations said by the interpreters, and keep in mind that not all statements are 100% certain.